quick hitter discussion here, boys.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And after much deliberation, the three of us decided that we would discuss the cringiest moments in anime, the moments in animes that we've watched that make us go, ugh. Ugh. Oh. It can be good shows, it can be bad shows, everything in between. Yeah.
I'll start off by saying, like, I think I'm just old because I had a hard time even coming up. I don't feel like I truly, like, know what cringe is, or maybe I'm just too lost in the sauce on the cringe, and like I don't
Mike,
even
let me tell you what cringe is. I want you to sit there,
okay.
Look down.
Looking down.
Yeah, what you're wearing right now.
This is awesome.
No, I'm
this
sorry.
Is awesome.
I'm sorry. I'm mistaken. I thought it was cringe, but then I saw behind your mic, and
Mike,
it is actually kind of an awesome
you
show.
know that, when you're watching something and you feel like very, very like awkward?
No.
Michael doesn't have emotions like us humans.
Oh,
yeah,
like you, Jay, and me. Jay, my fellow human.
Yeah, says the robot to the alien. And Cole, my shirt, which features a samurai holding a sword with a dragon behind him. How is that possibly cringe? It has a collar on it.
I apologize.
It's a satiny material. How is this? This is the coolest shirt I own.
I sincerely apologize to you, my friend Mike.
Yeah. But what is cringe?
Well, I'll start off by saying my number one cringe moment. You know what? I'm going to start with a show that maybe isn't the best show because my second one is actually a good show that I enjoy. But my first one is the Sword Art Online first OVA. I know, Jay, you've probably seen this.
Oh, is this the one where they're at the pool?
This is the one where they're at the pool.
Okay.
Jay feigns like he hasn't watched this 700 times.
Is this the one where all of the girls go to the pool and talk about how big their boobs are?
And also about Kirito? Yeah.
Yeah, and also how much they all love Kirito?
Yeah. That's the whole episode.
It is one of those shows I was watching. I had just finished the first season of SAO, and I'm like, okay, I'll watch the OVA.
So is this pretty early on in your anime career then? Because SAO is usually pretty early on.
Fairly early on.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there watching, got it on the TV, and I'm just like, okay, nobody's home. It's all chill.
Yeah, you're good.
It's all good.
Mom's not walking in.
Nope, mom's not walking in. So I'm sitting there, and Mike, you remember in my house, my old house, where there's my living room, and then my TV was on the wall across from the couch. Yep. And then to the left of me is the kitchen with that window right there.
Yep.
So if you're walking into the house, walking up to the door, you can see into the window and see the TV.
Yep.
Well, I'm sitting there watching, and one of my friends just randomly shows up, and I'm just so embarrassed. You know, I'm trying to play it off cool and everything, and they don't say anything because they're like, what the hell? Like, it's... And like these are the scenes where they're like at the pool, you know?
Yeah. And there's like jiggly bits happening.
Oh, there's jiggly bits.
And this is like when you're just getting into anime, right? So they don't know that you're a weeb, so they're like, what are you watching?
I would say watching the non like full on porn version of anime, like the incredibly fan servicey anime on the big screen in the living room in daylight. That's like particularly embarrassing to get caught. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might as well have got caught watching something worse.
And you know, like I was early enough in my weebdom where it's like I can't really like be like, listen, every anime has moments like this. Like, you know, I couldn't really defend myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was it's cringe, bro.
So it's just like, look, I know I'm watching something dumb. We can just like, let's just acknowledge it and move on.
That's, I think, what he'd do now. But if I had to guess, old Cole probably would have been so shameful, like shamed by this moment that he just like paused it and then didn't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. I just paused it and just didn't even address it.
Yeah, just completely pretended you were in a completely different universe for 5 minutes.
Exactly. And that friend was our old friend Nug Deep from the Discord.
Oh, submitted our who is the hottest waifu question a couple weeks ago.
That's why he asked that question.
Yes, he was hoping one of us would answer one of those
should have already known
babes from SAO.
Yeah. I'm going to piggyback onto your thing just quickly here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I find beach/pool episodes tend to be kind of cringe just in general. Just because, like, usually they don't really serve much other than exactly what you just described.
Yeah. They're usually the most slice of life moment in a slice of life anime.
Mm-hmm.
Or in a totally not slice of life anime.
And it's just meant to break up the tension for no reason.
Like,
we know why.
Like in Classroom of the Elite.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of is Classroom of the Elite. Or, it's just a quick one. I just want to throw that out there.
Well, one of my rare animes that I talk about, like one of the shows that I rarely ever talk about, does actually have like a good beach episode that like
Toradora?
is a whole but like the stuff that happens at the beach is pretty important to the plot.
Same thing with like Fruits Basket, right?
Yeah, that's a beach episode done well because it's not really about the beach.
Yeah.
Jay, you go ahead. Tell us what makes you cringe.
So, I think that when I was thinking about moments, I couldn't really think of like specific moments that made me cringe, but more just like things that happen in anime that make me cringe. And one of the things that I thought of was when the protagonist falls onto one of the girls and his arm is in the exact place to be able to grab their jiggly bits.
Their jiggly bits.
Classic. That's a classic trope.
It's a classic trope, but like it's so dumb. And like I get that it's for fan service, but like you can do so many other things to accomplish that.
Well, and the thing that always happens with that is they always like they'll fall and then be like, oh, what just happened? And then it'll cut to their hand, make some zany noise, and it'll just hold on that for like a second.
Yeah. Or like and then he'll squeeze. Like he's like, what am I touching?
What's this? Yeah.
Or like they did it in SAO actually, and like literally, she's on top of him, and he's like, "What is this? Squeeze, squeeze, squishy, squeeze again."
Yeah,
and then she finally reacts.
It's never just like an accidental grab. It always like is. Oh, what has happened? And then it zooms in on the hand, and it's like squish. There's like multiple squishes, and then like they react.
Yeah, and then they're like, what's this? And then the girl loses it.
Yeah.
Like,
rightfully so.
Yeah, you know instantly. And then the other thing that's kind of annoying about that trope too is like it always winds up with the tsundere kicking him through a wall or a door or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he deserves it.
He deserves it, but like you know it's coming.
You know what? I think in real life, I think if you fell on someone and accidentally grabbed their boob, like in a legitimate accidental fall, and didn't do the squish, I don't think they'd really say it. I don't think they'd even address it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because it's obviously an accident, because we live in a real world.
Yeah.
It's the squish.
The squish is the problem.
Yeah, it's absolutely the squish. That's the problem.
No
As I just
squishing.
got delivered a bowl full of delicious taiyaki from my wife, Shazana from the Discord. I'm going to eat those in the podcast and drive Cole nuts.
Are you going to share them with the podcast?
Yeah, you're going to share them with the rest of the class?
Yeah, the rest of the class gets to listen to my chewing noises.
Well, Michael, while you're chewing, why don't you tell us about your
Mike.
Cringy moments?
All right. The first one I have here, I honestly struggle to come up with this because like I don't get embarrassed super easily, so like it's kind of hard for me to know what cringe is, which is probably not a good thing because that means I'm probably doing cringe things and just not caring.
What is cringe?
I called Cole a robot, but I'm the real robot.
We're all robots.
Yeah, we're all robots.
We're actually a spoiler alert for everybody, at the end of this podcast we're all going to reveal that we're actually have extremely advanced artificial intelligence.
Yeah, this is just AI generated art.
But these are just AI-generated voices giving you entertainment.
I hope not, because they'd be way better than this. My actual cringe thing is just Boruto as a whole. Everything about it is cringe. Do you guys know anything about Boruto? Like,
I watched,
what's your extent of knowledge
The first couple episodes of Boruto, got really bored because at the time I hadn't seen or read Naruto, so I was like, I don't know what I'm getting into. And
that is a bizarre way to approach Boruto.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this? The sequel to Naruto?
Because I was told when I first approached Boruto that I didn't need to know Naruto to get or like Boruto.
I mean, that's technically true. It's just it is useless on its own. If you don't know who Naruto and the whole story, it's pretty
Boruto is useless in general.
Yes. So like all the characters in Boruto are not very interesting. Boruto is like cringy in the way that he he's like, oh, I hate my dad. He's so mean to me. He never pays attention to me and stuff like that. And it's just like, grow up,
shut up,
kid.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Shut up. Well, and it's the comparison between like Boruto just complaining about, oh, my life is so hard and my dad. Blah.
Meanwhile, his dad's like
Naruto
mayor.
was like, yeah,
he's
Naruto grew up
rough.
Yeah, rough. His parents were dead. Everyone hated him.
He was
didn't
possessed
know
by
why.
a demon.
Yeah, it's just the comparison
my dad
between
doesn't
the
pay
two.
enough attention to me. Oh,
Yes. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah, it's just like when you compare the two, it's like, oh my God, this is like the stakes are so much lower. Like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that is super cringe about it too is what they did to my beloved characters, Naruto, and just everybody looks horrible in it, except for honestly, like even the newer people look bad, but like Naruto looks lame.
Goofy.
Sasuke looks super lame in Boruto.
Yeah. Everybody just looks goofy.
Even after Kishimoto took over the manga, I hear it hasn't really gotten that much better.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, so when do you guys talk about your next cringe moment?
Cole.
Well, I'll go. I'll talk about my You guys know of the show Overlord?
I've heard of that show program.
When you watch Overlord, do you think that there's going to be like a random musical moment in it?
Oh, like all the time. Of course.
Michael, what do you think?
No, I've never thought that.
Thank you. Thank you for eating while we're recording. I really love it.
I muted myself. And then you ruined me by asking me a question mid-bite.
No, there was a moment in the most recent season of Overlord where like I don't know how else to describe it.
It just breaks down into a song.
It's very Disney.
Yeah,
Very
she has
Disney,
a
the clip you sent me.
Disney princess singing moment, and it's just weird. It's just very strange.
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre, especially in Overlord. Like it's just tonally like off-putting.
I'm very curious.
Which maybe is intentional.
I'm very curious if it's something that they took from the novel and like, or
there's no song in the novel, Jay.
Well, like they sometimes write lyrics for music and then they like just say it's a song because like obviously there's no music in something you read.
Right.
It's like when you're reading The Hobbit, right? There's a bunch of songs and then you just skip over them.
There's no song in the novel. I looked.
You sent the clip of this one too, and like I was a little bit like honestly flabbergasted by it. I'm like, I don't know who this character is. I don't know why she's singing. I don't know why she's singing to herself. I don't know why they put so much effort into the animation.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
I don't know what's going on here.
It's like kind of like
it's kind of good. Yeah.
It's very well animated and everything. It's just, listen, singing in general, like when we did that movie review with John.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my internet froze.
It did. Yeah, we were just kind of waiting for it to clear up. Someone must be using your microwave. That microwave needs to be considered a podcast villain.
Yeah.
I think so.
We'll create a Discord account so we can make it a villain in our Discord server.
Yeah, when we did Sing a Bit of Harmony with John, the first time they started singing, I'm like, I can't. My brain, my synapses started firing in a not very enjoyable manner, which I get used to. It just, when there's a scene in an anime that I like that just all of a sudden comes at me with singing, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I think you just cringe more to just musicals actually, because like it seems like something that just isn't up your alley at all.
No, it's not at all.
Yeah. I think musicals are just cringe to you, which is fair.
Yeah.
I like a good old song and dance.
Yeah, I think
Sing
the
a Bit of
idea
Harmony
of just
was
like,
good because there was like a reason for it, right?
Like it was intentional why she was singing, and the fact that it was cringe was the point.
This one was just an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Was it like fitting for the character or anything?
No.
Okay. That's pretty weird.
No, it really came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Jasif, why don't you tell us what you're thinking here?
My second one goes all the way back to the 90s. Pokemon, Ash, when he won his first badge, the reason he won it was because Brock just gave it to him because he was kind and didn't want to beat him with the sprinklers.
That like happens in like every of Ash's battles.
So
honestly,
he does that. It happens for Brock and Misty, and then Lieutenant Surge is his first like actual victory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I almost
Listen-
put this moment actually as one of my cringe moments because as someone who knows Pokemon, when he uses Pikachu to kill his Onix
and then
by
like
using its horn like a lightning rod, and I'm like, that makes no sense.
and then like the whole episode is him training his Pikachu to have better electric power when like it doesn't matter. Ground is immune to electric. What?
But not
like,
if the sprinklers turn on.
not if the sprinklers turn on.
That doesn't even that's not how it works.
It doesn't make sense. It
That's
doesn't
not how
make
anything
sense.
works.
But then he's just like, I appreciate your kindness to not attack my Onix. Here's my badge. What?
Jay,
Well, yes.
can I actually offer you and I a little bit of an explanation here? Thinking about it a little more?
Yeah.
Brock is a grown man.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ash is a 10-year-old boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see why the grown man was being nice to the 10-year-old boy who's trying really hard. Now that I think about it a little bit,
Yeah, but then he
Yeah.
leaves to go on a journey with said 10-year-old boy.
Yeah, because he's a grown man and he's like, I can't let this child go off on his own.
So what about all the other 10-year-old boys that challenged him before Ash?
well, they knew what they were doing. They actually beat him, and then the Ash comes in. He's like, "Herder, I'm going to use my lightning on your ground." And then he's like, "Oh, I need to help this kid."
Yeah, this kid needs assistance.
Yeah, but that's still a bit cringe because
No,
Like-
Oh,
just,
no.
yeah,
It's,
I'm like
sure,
devil's
yeah.
advocate. It is definitely.
Listen, it's all a ruse from Brock. He did not want to take care of his siblings anymore. So he's like, I'm going
100%.
to give this kid the badge. And then
And
I'm just
gonna
going
go with it.
and then I'm
I'm
just
just
gonna
going
go
to
with
tag
him.
along.
Yeah.
And these
And
these kids, they're on their own now.
As Michael Jordan said, "F them kids."
One of my favorite sayings.
Speaking
Yeah.
of F them kids, Mike, what's your next cringe moment?
Ooh, nice one. When lollies get sexualized, I always cringe real hard.
Yeah.
There's two that come to mind off the top of my dome here.
Mhm.
The first one being in the I think it's the very first scene of No Game, No Life when it's introducing the characters. It shows the brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh yeah, he's 16, 17, whatever. And then it shows the sister, and it's like a gratuitous panty shot, like very detailed. And then
Yeah.
it says, she is 11 years old. And I'm like, no, what is
Yeah,
this?
why?
No. That
Why do this?
ultra cringe in that one.
Super mega giga ultra cringe, yeah.
Yeah, Giga
Yeah.
Chad cringe for sure. Yeah. And then another example of this too is like in Sword Art Online, our Anti-Pro patented favorite anime.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the best anime of all time.
Yep.
Yeah, according to us collectively.
Yeah. Why haven't we? I just realized this. We need to do a review of it, actually. Thinking about it. But anyway, let's continue. Yui calling Kirito daddy is just something I don't like. I don't know. I cringe when I hear it.
She thinks that he's her dad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that that's
Like-
a sexual thing.
Like, is Yui calling Asuna mommy sexual?
No, because when it came out, mommy
Listen,
wasn't
Mike,
a sexual
this-
thing.
Listen, Mike, this says more about you.
Does it? Oh, boy.
No, I don't like Yui for other reasons.
Yeah.
She's just annoying. But
She's
She's
kind of just
annoying,
as a
and
whole
she also
cringe.
ruins the whole point of SAO that made it interesting. But
yeah,
That too.
Her calling,
Actually, yeah.
her calling Kirito daddy is, I just think that she sees him as literally her
her
daddy.
dad, yeah.
Oh, no, that's 100.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You're saying, like, from the reader's point of view, her calling him daddy is cringe?
I think like just the way they do it in the show is kind of cringe. And then
Okay.
still on the topic of Sword Art Online, Kirito just as a whole is pretty cringe.
Yeah. Well, he's... Yeah.
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 Like just everything he does.
I mean,
like he
most-
calls himself a beater for goodness sake.
Yeah, that scene, honestly, when he's like, a beater. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh. Remember when we went and saw the movie and he called himself a beater? And the whole crowd just lost their mind?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
No, it's
God.
ridiculous.
God
That was
damn,
probably, like,
SAO
the
is
best-
next level.
That was probably like the best viewing experience I've ever been in for a movie.
Yeah. 10 out of 10, definitely recommend seeing Sword Art Online in theaters with other weebs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's terrific.
Do you other weebs have anything else to say with
I don't
this
have
segment?
anything, but I think Jay has one more.
So I have one more, and it's one about Cole, because I know this grinds Cole's gears.
Yeah,
Yes.
because when you sent your list, you said Cole and then this other thing too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah. So am I cringy or
No,
is
no,
this
no, 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 no.
thing
You
cringy?
you find this cringy, and I thought
do.
we'd just talk about this for a bit, and that's anime music that are covered in English.
Yeah, I really dislike it.
Yeah.
I think it's just, is it just anime music or is it just any music that's translated to English? Like that Yoasabi song that I sent earlier where she redid it in English. Or
no, it's the anime covers that are done by different people in English. If the band itself does it, like Radwimps do it.
Yeah.
Radwimps re-recorded all the music for
Radwimps did it. The ED for Case Study of Vanitas is in English, and I know you like that version. I know what
you're saying now. I copy.
But when there's YouTubers who do English covers, and
so when they take when say like you and I, we both play instruments.
Yes.
We record a cover of Garenge by Lisa.
Yeah.
And we translate the lyrics to English and then sing them.
Yeah.
Yes, they're cringe. Do you know why they're cringe though? Why it doesn't work? Because like they translate it and then they just sing the translated lines, but you have to sing it like the same way as the original singer. It doesn't work if you just.
So I know some people try and make it work, but like it doesn't rhyme either. Like
it puts it in like uncanny valley territory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it. Yeah, audible uncanny valley. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
Like you understand.
I'd rather
the
not
meaning
know
is.
what they're saying.
Yeah, like you understand what the meaning is, but like as a song, it doesn't work as well.
Yeah, like the melody and harmonies and stuff and like the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the syncopation of like the voice and the beats and stuff is all wrong, and it doesn't. And like I actually watched a video on this recently where they talked about how like when they translate it, so like in the original Japanese, it'll be like arigato, and then when they translate it to English, they'll translate it to like hello there. But when you listen, ga in arigato, is it said like that, right? So to sing that in English, you'd have to say hello. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it doesn't work.
And the inflection points are different on different words in Japanese and in English.
Yeah.
It's just
the emphasis is on the wrong syllable.
Woo.
Yeah.
Cringe. Yes.
Yeah.
It's truly. Jay, you have chosen my most cringe thing.